Hey guys, this is Zeke Zelker with the film In Search Of, and I'm really curious if any other filmmakers out there have had to deal with a lot of censorship issues. With our film In Search Of, it feels like we've been censored all over the place. Lately, of all things, iTunes has decided to censor us if we did not cut out certain parts of the film, particularly the male parts, that they would not post our film on their site. I completely understand this considering it is their site. But the big question that I have is, why is it that they want us to cut the male nudity out of our film and not the female? If you actually look at iTunes, you'll notice that Bad Lieutenant with Harvey Keitel, that was actually cut out, the full frontal of him. And there's been like certain films that are missing, or like The Crying Game, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And so I'm just wondering whether or not this is a big issue of like male nudity versus female nudity. After all, it is the same sorts of things they actually do see in the National Gallery of Art, you know, total female and total male nudity. And I just think in today's day and age, it's not really necessary for there to be censorship. Why can you see labia, but you can't see scrotum? It doesn't really balance with me for some reason. It's just a matter of, like, especially in our day and age, that, you know, the male form is looked down as being more provocative than a female form. And I'm also curious of whether or not many people are actually getting an MPAA rating. I strongly feel that In Search Of is appropriate for anybody over the age of 16, when most people start engaging in sexual activity, and my film's actually obviously geared towards that sort of thing. I really feel very strongly about peer-to-peer censorship, meaning that I think that, you know, my fellow filmmakers could actually tell me what they think the age appropriateness of the film is. And the other issue that I'd like to bring up too is the idea of violence. You know, why is it that films can be ultra violent and not get an NC-17 or X rating, where you'll actually have nudity getting a, you know, NC-17 or an X rating? I think that, you know, violence is a heck of a lot more vicious than the naked form, I believe. I mean, look at what's going on in our society today with all the shootings and things like that. It's a matter of, like, you know, does violence foster violence? And so does that mean that if somebody is naked in a film, everybody's going to turn around and be naked? You know, like, really, like, there's just like this really bizarre double standard in the American society of violence over nudity. And it's a matter of, like, you know, why is it that the naked form is such taboo? But I just don't really think that you know, we should be constrained as artists. I think we should take the responsibility for you know, our films. You know, if they're ultra violent, you know, make sure that people realize that. You know, why is it that you can get somebody's head ripped off and not, you know, and not see, you know, a penis? Come on, what's more grotesque? You know. We've also been censored, like, you couldn't say the word sex in a radio advertisement, but then right afterwards, you know, you could hear, you know, a whole lot of, Give Me a Whole Lot of Your Love by Led Zeppelin, and where I know that they're not talking about Valentine's Day. You know, so just a matter of, like, you have all these sexual, you know, things in songs, but then you can't have a radio commercial have the word sex in it. Same thing with TV. TV's the same sort of thing. It's like you can have innuendo, but you can't actually have the word sex in the spoken language of your commercial. And then also too is, like, you know, newspaper. We had a great quote from a local artist that actually saw the film, and it said, "Your film was fucking awesome." And so, but we weren't allowed to actually. So I put, you know, F asterisk 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 ing awesome. And I could imagine what Zach Forsman ended up having to deal with because of his film title, I Fucking Hate You. So again, there's, like, all those double standards of a matter of, like, content can have innuendo and sexual things in it, but then advertisements can't. And so there's, like, a lot of like, you know, crazy mixed messages out there. And, like, why is it that, you know, again, you know, filmmakers are censored in this completely archaic way? We've also been censored by theaters as well. We were part of the Premiere to Awesome Film Festival, and a couple of the theaters that the other filmmakers were able to show their films at, we were denied because of the content of our film, and those places I don't believe even saw the film. We've been, you know, boycotted on college campuses because of the content of the film. And mind you, we're promoting, you know, sexual responsibility. We're not promoting, you know, going out and everybody, you know, having intercourse, that kind of thing, not whatsoever. We're literally, you know, the film talks about the repercussions and consequences of people's sexual actions, and considering colleges are a hotbed for sexual activity, we felt like that's actually probably a good, you know, venue to try and market our film. We've also been, denied by other colleges to actually show the film. And again, I realize that every theater and everything else has a responsibility of what they deem is appropriate and inappropriate. But at least see the damn thing before you make the decision. So I just really think that people need to reevaluate the whole censorship. People need to take a look at whether or not the MPA is a good thing or a bad thing. And again, I would really, really love to hear other filmmaker and feedback on that. Again, I'm Zeke, and you can see our film In Search Of. You can see it on Hulu. You can see it on Netflix. You can download it in various places. But thanks for listening, and can't wait to hear your responses.